Talk Radio.
Hello, I'm Spirit Medium Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling Spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book, 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let Spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice with a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements.
Wow, the switchboard is really getting crowded. I would have thought that in this lazy summer night, this lazy summer afternoon of August 25th, we'd have a light day. But I guess a lot of people need advice, and I welcome you all to the show. Pleasure to speak with you all. This is Spirit Medium Laura. Thank you for being here. I will be doing a show on Labor Day. If anybody's wondering, that will be next Monday, September 1st, because I've found that on holiday weekends, the show is even more crowded. I guess people have they have a chance to think about their lives, and especially love questions seem to come up. It's either love or career, whatever. But in any event, I will be doing a show on September 1st next week. Then I do a show Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Like this show, and this show is an hour in length. We do both psychic readings, which means about your own life, as well as mediumship readings, which means connecting to those who've transitioned to spirit. And on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I do an all mediumship show, which means I only connect with the other side. And so next Monday, I will be doing both psychic and medium readings at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For the first 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to be talking a little bit just to give you some announcements and give you an inspiration for the evening. In the background, somebody by the name of Susie will be talking to you, introducing herself, and letting you make a donation if that's what you care to do, or just simply adding you to our mailing list if that's what you care to do, or just letting you feel comfortable here at Spirit Medium Laura's radio show. If you want to get in the queue to get a reading, if you're just listening so far, just dial 347 area code 945-5849. If you're calling from another country, you can use Skype. I don't know how to do that because I've never done it, but I'm sure that you know it's pretty much self-explanatory if you just go to Blog Talk Radio, to my site on Blog Talk Radio, which is spirit-medium-laura. blogtalkradio.com/spirit-medium-laura, and all the information will be there. As I do the readings, please don't reveal a lot. Have a question ready. Even if you want to connect with the other side, don't tell me everything. Otherwise, I can't help you. Pretty much you've done the reading for yourself, and also you will influence me, so don't give me too much information. If you want to jump to the top of the reading queue, I've set up a system for you. If you make a donation of $5, which goes in part to help animals, the Humane Foundation, you will jump to the top of the queue for 5 minutes or so time with me. Otherwise, just wait in the queue. I do get to people who are waiting in the queue depending on the volume of donations made, so I try to do a little bit of both. It's because some people complained when I only took the people waiting in the queue. So I give you a way to prioritize yourself. Donate $5 to get 5 minutes. And that's at the website for this show is where you make that donation. The website for this show is spiritmediumtv.com. And item 1B is the give 5 to get 5. I also have a big sale. If you want 30 minutes with me, you can get a third off of 30-minute sale with me, and that's spiritmediumtv.com, item 1A. You can also watch the show live. Oh, that's riveting. It's only me, my little bouncing head in front of a screen, but nevertheless it's visual, and it goes to YouTube. This is another way that I broadcast this show at the same time. That's item number 2 at spiritmediumtv.com. And also you can RSVP to join my Development Circle classroom training, which is online at 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Anybody from anywhere in the world, if it's convenient for you, can join that. And when you join one of these classes, you get a video of the presentation. Now you will be getting an ebook to go with that particular class. You will get the hard copy of the presentation or a copy of the presentation, and you will get the original self-paced video as well. So it's a great value. And my training spans the scope of both business development, and I'll talk about that in a moment because that's going to start in September, on through soul alignment for abundance and mediumship, channeling for mediumship, clairvoyance for mediumship, and mediumship. Since I am primarily medium, and that's the most exciting thing I like to talk about, everything I have to do has to do with the soul. Okay, and even the business development course, which is 4 segments. It's based on an ebook I've written, which I will publish. But that's all about basically, I'll give you an example. I have a client who's been trying to, she's been in and out of a clothing business which never takes off. She's been, I don't know, 10 to 15 years of it never taking off. And finally she asked me for some advice, and what I discovered is that she is truly a soul worker, intuitive light worker type. And so I told her how to align her business with her bailiwick, her soul's plan for this lifetime. And in her case, it would have to do with personal empowerment. So we moved her from selling clothing to selling tools, visual tools that one uses to adorn their body for personal empowerment, which becomes her brand, and then everything she does rolls from that. And that should increase her sales and increase her footprint in the economic world. But as well, what happens when you align with your soul for your business is that you will find work money flows to you easier. So if anybody's curious about that or wants to know more about it, you can have a session with me. I'll find out very quickly what your life's work is, and then we will align. Even if it's a job, you have to have the theme to go along with what you've come to Earth to do. Okay? If you put your theme into what you're doing for money, you will find the money will flow to you a lot easier. So that course is Holistic Business Success. I'm doing it in September, starting September 9th. There will be a self-paced version of that. I have the ebook, but I haven't put it into the video format yet. But there will be a self-paced version of that. It's very inexpensive to join the classes. In October, I'm going to be doing soul alignment for abundance and mediumship, and that's really unblocking yourself. It's kind of finding out what your soul plan is and aligning with that. Raising your vibration, and then learning how to flow with guidance, opportunities, and destiny, which is your God flow. Increase your luck. So it's kind of like a version of the Holistic Business Success, but it's the generic one. And by the way, anybody who's looking to have more love in your life, you want to attract your soulmate, get all this stuff right, and your soulmate will come in a more harmonious way, not the soulmates that we have that try to teach us lessons through suffering, but you'll attract a partner that will be right for you. You know, as our relationship with ourself improves, everything in our life improves. So all my work is about you improving your relationship with your soul so that everything else will fall into place. And of course, my work is all about soul communication, so I also do mediumship as well. Okay, so tonight's inspiration, do I have anything else I want to say here? Well, yeah, a couple of announcements, and then I'll go into inspiration. So, for example, right now I'm in discussions with a production company they're considering me for a TV show. So, I mean, I've been considered a couple of times here and there, well, you know, for TV shows, one time really, which is a little bit haphazard, but this is like the real deal. We'll see what happens. Can't say I'm going to get it right now, but the point is when you're in alignment with your soul, your miracles come to you. Okay, your life has a flow to it that's miraculous. And if you want to apply that to business, come to the business course I have in September. If you want to apply it to the rest of your life, come to both. Come to the class in October, which is a soul alignment. It's all good. Okay, moving right along. So what is tonight's inspiration going to be? Well, I'm going to be using this book, Afterlife Interviews, because in my class this evening on mediumship, not only am I going to be talking to my students about getting off of using tools, how to get rid of a soul attached to somebody, and again, how to do a seance, how to do gallery readings. There's so much stuff tonight, it's like unbelievable. But I'm also going to fit in a little bit about afterlife interviews. So what's an afterlife interview? Well, there's a book that a very brilliant man by the name of Jeffrey Marks wrote. He's got a volume 1 and he's got a volume 2 coming out eventually. It's called The Afterlife Interviews. Just it's very small, he published it himself. It's a great book though. I think it's very interesting. And what he did was he brought in a soul, validated the soul for its connection. If it was a strong connection, he then would move into questions about the transition process and what the other side is like to that soul. For example, what's your body like? Okay, well, do you have a body? What's it like? How do you experience time? How do you come to visit people on Earth if you want to talk to your loved ones on Earth? What's that like? And so on and so forth. So tonight I'm just going to give you 3 little snippets of this, just for your own edification, for your own entertainment and your understanding. The first part of it is I'm going to go to page 5 in his book, and that talks about how it feels when the soul finally leaves the body for the last time. And basically, the soul just feels like it's slipping out. They might experience it as a relief of pain. Let's say the body was in pain, it was suffering. Suddenly the soul and the consciousness leaves the body for its final time. And the first feeling that the soul would have is, I don't have any pain. Or let's say, for example, they couldn't move their legs. Oh, I can move anywhere I want. New freedom. So I'm going to just go to that kind of an idea right now, and I'm on page 5 of his book. I'm in the last paragraph. So it was apparent from the composite of the sittings that this Jeffrey Marks did that departing the physical body is actually quite easy at the moment of death. Several souls talked about how, when they finally accepted they were dying, they simply flopped out of the body, essentially stepping out of it like stepping out of a pair of clothes. And from one of his sessions, this is his 3rd session, Nancy, the sitter, that's the one getting the messages, was hearing from her deceased father that when he said, the deceased father said, when it came time to leave the body, he slipped out. He just slipped out. And another soul that he brought in, Grace's grandmother, said that as soon as she acknowledged that she was going to be, as soon as she acknowledged I let go, in other words, as soon as she let go, she did a backflip out of her body. Oh, that's interesting. I actually was with my mother at the time of her transition, the exact moment, and she was on a hospital kind of bed, and her whole body lifted up as she was like clawing into the air. I guess it's kind of similar to that. The soul left the body, and it was like a backflip or something. Okay, the next point is, what is the tunnel of light like? And I was kind of interested to discover, it was interesting to discover that in this book, the findings of Jeffrey Marks, is that not everybody goes into a tunnel. I'm sure most of you heard of the tunnel of light, right? Tunnel of light. But some people actually experience a mist, and those were souls who would have found the tunnel of life a little too traumatic, so Spirit gave them a mist. What I'm going to do is read a little bit about this, page 7. And what he's reading is, what he wrote is, I was surprised, yet still mystified by the tunnel. Now he means himself, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, was surprised, still mystified by the tunnel. For some, it was there right away. For others, however, either they failed to see the tunnel of light or chose not to enter it immediately. And it was apparent, these that didn't enter it immediately, that they had reasons, as was the case with his first sitter, whose friend Michael had passed away as the cause of a possible murder. Okay, so Michael was possibly murdered. He didn't see his tunnel of light right away. And so what he says here, I'm going to see if I can get the thing that well, there's a lot of writing about it, but basically he said that the tunnel of light was an experience that he wasn't ready for. So it was a shock to him when he died, and he wasn't ready for the tunnel of light yet, so it didn't appear. So anyway, it's kind of fascinating, tunnel of light, and how that pans out. And then page 15 of the book, what happens right after the tunnel of light, is kind of interesting also. And look, quite often people think that they're going to meet a religious figure when they transition into the world of spirit, but more often than not, they're meeting people they know, family members or friends, that type of a thing, and guides, spirit guides. People who work in hospice often speak of the dying, mentioning they are in the presence of deceased friends and relatives before passing. I know for myself, when I'm not reading the book right now, when my mother was transitioning, I would sit with her every day for a period of time. And one day I went into her room, and I couldn't sit there anymore because the energy of, I guess it was souls from the other side sitting there with her. I was in agony. The energy was like whooshing me all over the place. And she said to me in a very slurred speech, because she was heavily sedated, "You can see them too, can't you?" It's kind of interesting. I didn't see them. I felt them, actually. So in the Western world, most of these occurrences, I'm continuing with the book right now, most of these occurrences are attributed to hallucinations because, usually somebody's sedated or under a lot of medication. Yet there are many cases where the patient is completely lucid, right? And they just see their dead relatives. It's logical to assume that such assistance from someone who has gone on before us would be there to ease the transition. So anyway, my point here is simply that usually what you're going to see when you transition is, rather than a religious figure, you're going to usually see your loved ones and perhaps a guide, your standard guide, your most close guide, and or some higher guides. Okay, so now we're going to get to the phone lines. I want to see, I think Susie B's made a donation this evening. Looks like no one else has, and that's fine. I'll do my best with the phone lines. I'm going to bring Susie B in first, if she's available right now. Just say hello. I think she is. There she is, my darling Susie B. Hi, Susie.
Hello, dear. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm great. A little tired. I didn't have time to rest today, but I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good. Wonderful. Thank you so much Thank you so much for your donation. If there's anything really needed for you from Spirit, I'll certainly take a look-see for you. Otherwise, we'll wait till you really need something. What do you want? Do you need anything?
Okay. I don't know, unless they have something to tell me, like a great surprise or something. That would be nice.
No. I don't want to. I meant if you really have something you need, I will do that for you. But other than that, I'm going to let you have the surprise by living your life. Do you have anything you want to announce? Do you have anything you want to announce, darling?
I'm just working on making a website now for all of my different things that I have going on.
Wonderful.
So, yes, be on the lookout for that.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds wonderful. All right, wonderful, sweetie. I'm so glad.
Get to your callers, and I will talk to you later.
Okay, see you later in the playground, the intuitive playground. Bye.
Oh, great. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so if anybody wants to make a donation, just go to spiritmediumtv.com. Item 1B on that page allows you to donate $5 to receive 5 minutes on the show. You can also join our mailing list by going there and just joining on the upper right there, and then you'll be kept informed of all kinds of exciting things because I have a lot of people waiting. So I just want you to know that. I'm going to do my best to get to as many people as I can. Hello, Dorothy. How are you this evening?
Hi, I'm hot. Well, I was hot earlier, I should say.
Hot?
Muggy here.
Oh, okay.
I was hot earlier. It's been muggy.
Where are you calling from, Dorothy?
I'm calling from Maine.
Oh, Jesus. I'm calling from Florida. I think muggy is relative, right?
You be made in summer sometimes. It's wicked.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. You know, I do remember working with you a couple of times before I brought in, I think it was a grandpa once or twice, other people for you. Your mother, I think there was a mother figure. What are we doing for you this evening, Dorothy?
Whatever you can, whoever wants to come through, I'd love to find out what they have to say to me right now, because you did connect with my father once.
Yeah, well, I feel a mother figure for you, more prevalent than a father figure right now. And okay, let me just see if I can get anything here. First thing I get is well, she's a very much of a caretaker type. That's the first thing. I hear words. I'm also seeing something. Caretaker means a kind of person that's maybe a little bit more of a caretaker than the average. In other words, she's always doing things for others but not taking care of herself enough. I also sense as I say those words, a sense of sadness there, a little bit of sadness to Mom, almost like maybe she was an unresolved of herself as a person, a little bit introverted, not taking care of herself enough but taking more care of others. There's a sense of the color red around her, so that means either she had red hair literally, or something happened that was very traumatic in her passing. It might have had to do with the area of her head, or something to do with the cognitive abilities. Do you understand cognitive abilities or red hair for Mom, please?
No, she didn't have. She had red hair at one time when she died, but no, she didn't have red hair when she died.
Okay, listen to me carefully. I don't really see, I don't have a vision of her clearly, but I got this stroke of red near her head. And that could mean three things because I didn't see it as her hair. It could mean she had red hair, which you already confirmed she did at one point in her life, but it also could mean something happened around her in her brain or her head that was traumatic to her health. It also, because the first thing I said to you earlier is she has a little sense of sadness to her, and there's a sense of her not being requited in her own sense of personhood. I feel a sense of sadness. So the third reason I could see red is because she has sadness to her. Do any of those three things make sense to you, please?
The heart, yes.
Okay, I didn't say anything about the heart, so what do you mean by the heart? I'm a little confused.
You said sadness of the heart because she died of congestive heart failure, apparently.
Okay. Well, I didn't say it like that, honey. Literally, it was a heart issue. Okay. What I meant was she seems like she had depression. Depression. Mom seems to have had some depression. Do you understand that from Mom, please?
I wasn't there when she died, but I wouldn't be surprised if she might have been.
Okay, let me say it again. I didn't say at the time of death. I mean, let me just go back to the frame of the general feel of your mother is a person who didn't take care of her own needs and seems to feel like she was a little depressed about that. Like she put her needs on the back burner for everyone else. That's what I'm trying to say. This is like the third time I'm saying it. But
okay, kicking in. Yeah, I think that you would be correct.
Okay. It's a very important thing because she showed it to me by showing me this brush of red around her head. That to me is a symbol to mean troubled in the mind. Or if it doesn't mean that, but I saw it three different ways because she gave me a sense of her personality is putting everybody's needs first. And she's a little sad. She might have even been short of temper at sometimes or a little bit angry at people because she didn't know how to put her own needs first. She's putting everybody else's needs first. And you know, quite often those kind of people, they can die of heart issues because she's not loving herself properly. She's not giving herself enough chance to really get what she needs in life. But she does love you very much, and I'm sorry to have to show you your mother this way, but that's what she cares to show me first, is that, you know, she says it's important to love yourself first, Dorothy, rather than other people. I feel that you might have suffered because your mother wasn't happy that much, Dorothy, like as if she was, like, maybe just a little short of temper, and maybe overwhelmed with her life and not really liking things the way they were working out. Do you understand, please?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that's that's the major thing she wants to show because that's the thing that she comes in. She says you have to be clear with yourself about your truth, Dorothy, and you have to be very assertive and take care of things the way they're right for you. She says that she knows you do that, and she's proud of you for that. She says because she doesn't want you to have the kind of life she had, which is unrequited, not getting what she wants, and upset all the time, and, you know, other people upsetting her apple cart, like she wants things a certain way, and somebody somebody comes in and changes it all around. There's not enough money to go around. There's not enough of anything to go around. I feel there were more mouths to feed than money to feed them. If it wasn't in her home growing up, then it was in your home with her. There's a whole gamut of things that go along with this. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay, but now I'm going to go right to personal message. I kind of was half in it a moment, but I just want to do that, and then I'm going to see if you have anything you want to ask Mom, because she does want to give you some advice. There's something going on right now in your life, okay, that seems to be taking its toll on you time-wise. You feel like you've been eaten up time-wise, like somebody or something needs you a lot, like 150% of your time. Does that make sense to you, please? You're taking.
Kind of. I mean,
You're taking.
I won't,
Okay, you're taking care of something that you don't really want to have to take care of right now, is what she's saying. And she says it would behoove you, or it would be good for you, to just finish it up and get it done as quickly as possible, even though it's not perfect. In other words, if it's not done right, it's okay just to get it off your plate. Because she says until you can get that off your plate, you're not going to be able to move on to other things to give yourself peace of mind. Now, she's very clear about this. I hope this makes sense to you.
It's clicking now. I think she's talking about my health situation. Yeah.
Okay, and she says it may not be perfect. You have to let go of it because you're not going to be able to move on to the next part of your life until that thing is finished. She says just let it go the way it goes. Don't worry about it being perfect. Now, did you want to ask her something because you had said that you wanted me to bring her somebody in from Spirit because you want to get a message? Is that what you wanted to know, or is it something else?
Yeah, I would like to know, I guess, basically how she feels about what I want to do with my life, where I'm headed at.
She thinks you're headed in the right direction, and that's why she's trying to help you think tactically and strategically in the same stroke. In other words, get rid of the house, get yourself moving so you can move on to the next part of your life. It's waiting for you. And she says something about this not being random, that this is supposed to be happening like this, and that you do need to move forward, even because it has a lot to do with your mental health as well. If you don't get going with the next part of your life, it's going to tax you tremendously. She uses it as health issue, but I think she means mental health. I hope that makes sense to you.
Yes, it does. I just wondered if she, if it was, how she felt about the fact that I was wanting to move out of the country and all that.
I think that she's saying that this is a good thing for you, especially for your mental health.
Not that I need her approval. It's just kind of nice to know that my family says, is not opposed to that.
Well, she's saying that's good for you, and she wants you to let go of the house, even though you may have to sell it for something that you don't want to sell it for, because she seems to be saying that there's an urgency to move forward.
Right. I don't have to sell it. It's already out of my hands. The bids will be opened up the 29th, I believe, because I lost the house.
Oh.
I've been so
I
get it.
Okay. Well, so, even though it's not perfect, as she said, you'll listen to this again and it'll make a little more sense because I'm kind of shooting things at you. But just, get it done, get it done, get it done, move forward. It's really time for you to move forward now. And if that's going out of the country, then go ahead out of the country. I'm getting a little bit more general messages from her, but that's the best I can do right now. Okay, my dear?
Oh, that works.
Okay, love. Thank you a lot, honey. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, moving on to Sue. Sue made a donation. I want to thank you, Sue, for making a donation. Oh, it looks like we got a lot of people making donations now. Hold on for a second. Make sure I got the right people. We've got Ola. We've got Susie B, which I've already spoken about. And there seems to be somebody else by the name of Sue, who's not showing up here in my records, but it's showing up here on the switchboard. Okay, I'm going to come to you, Sue. Hello, Sue. How are you this evening?
Hi, Laura. Thanks for taking my call. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm fine, honey, and thank you for your donation. What can I?
You're welcome.
Yeah. What can I do for you this evening, love?
I am questioning regarding career.
Okay. And what is the question?
I am looking for work. I am presently working, but I want to change career. So just checking in to see if it's a good idea.
Is it a good idea for you to change careers? Well, right now is not the best time for that. It feels like something needs to happen, or you need to collect something, or do some, maybe save some money up, or take some more education. I'll find out specifically. But it feels to me like you're going to have to wait a period of time to revamp or ramp up before you can make that career change, or change tracks, as it were. That's how they're saying it. Your guys are saying to change tracks. You need to ramp up to it. You're not ready for the change yet in many ways. One is emotionally. Okay, you have to be fearless to do this, and the only way to get less fearful is by getting yourself ready for it. That's emotionally, that means financially, and that also means there seems to be some more preparation. Could be educationally as well, yeah, educationally, and that's going to happen for the next 3 months. Ramp up. And then in the spring, or after the new year, you're going to start seeing the opportunities are going to be coming in for you. You won't have to work too hard for them because you'll be ready. So you have to ready yourself. Once you're ready, you won't even have to think about it. It's just going to like slip into place for you. It has a sense of it being more self-employed than in employment, if you will, or that you'll start getting clients. Does that make sense to you, please?
As for the self-employed, I don't know. I am in school, and I know you were right on point when you mentioned that I need to finish, and which is my goal is to finish by next year. And it's I don't know if it's self-employment. It would be social work, but I don't see, more than likely it would be working for someone and then at some point branch out on my own.
Well, what I want to tell you this because you need to be prepared for it, is that you may be maybe temping for an agency or something. Yeah, so you'll have sporadic work, and then it will get better and better, and then you'll see what you want to do. You may end up never actually getting full-time employment. You may end up just being on your own because you'll start to make contacts. But I feel that there's going to be like 2 to 3 different agencies that may be sending you out. So keep yourself aware of that, and don't be against it. It'll be fine. You'll be able to supplement with what you were doing before for a while, maybe a little bit in the background, until finally you can make a full transition. I also feel that when you start to do this, because it looks like contract work, meaning per diem work, that you'll get paid more in a per diem capacity, and that it'll be actually better for you in many ways. One, you get paid more, you work less hours. Okay, there's no security because you don't have a continuous job, but you will get paid more, and there will be continuous contract work for you. The second thing is you won't have to get too involved in any one case, which will also be better for you emotionally. And the third thing is you'll be making contacts with potentially the people that you would want to work with when you go more self-employed full-time. So right now, when you get out of school, you're going to have more of that kind of contract work, and that is going to help you with all your long-term goals. So it looks good for you, Sue.
Well, my question is, right now I am in IT, and I am trying to put my ducks in a row as far as doing some volunteer work. So when I graduate next June, at least I'll have something on my resume to reflect that. Or even doing, working in that field, not making a lot of money because I don't have all of my certification, whatever. Do you see that panning out?
That you'll get certifications?
Because right now I have nothing. I don't have anything on my resume that is geared towards serving people. Everything in my background is IT.
As I don't understand your question, though, because what I already answered it, I said you're going to get contract work, whether or not you have experience. Now you're asking me to tell you how to.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I'm a little confused because I thought I just said, and if you listen back, you'll hear it again. Is that I see very clearly that you will be working in it seems like a per diem basis or contract work for agencies, and that you'll, for some reason or other, they don't mind entry level. And they don't mind helping you through that because you do have you'll have the education by then. But I also said that you may still have to do some of the IT work in the background between that. So it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out, but you'll have like that transitionary period where you'll be doing a little bit of both. Maybe a little per diem IT work also. I like it for you. Believe it or not, I like it for you because it feels fun. It's like more exciting. It's like, you're not under anybody's thumb anymore. You kind of like doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then eventually you'll move into the I kind of feel that you're going to end up moving into more of a self-employment with the social work. And maybe you'll go through full-time employment somewhere along the line, but I don't think so. What I see is that you're going to end up doing a lot more contract work, which is going to be a beautiful thing for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to give you a lot of freedom, and you won't have to get burdened by one client or another.
Right. Awesome.
Okay, sweetheart?
Thank you.
You're welcome, love.
Thank you.
Okay, honey. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, now tonight I'm going to have to talk a little bit more slowly maybe because the first two callers, I thought I said what I said and I wasn't getting through to them. So let's try with Ola. Lady Ola. Ola, hopefully I do better with you. Hi, honey. How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. How are things going there in sunny California for you?
Pretty good.
Good. Okay, well, don't tell me too much. Just give me your question. I'm sorry I asked you that way because I was opening the Pandora's box, which you're not supposed to tell me anything. So go ahead and ask your question, love. Go ahead.
Yeah, just wondering, I started a part-time job. It's not exactly doing what I want to do, but it's kind of in the general, it's the same field. Just wondering what you see happening with the company, and that's it.
Okay. All right, let's go to that. Part-time job, yes or no? This is good for you. This is opening up doors for you. You will find that this will grow. It will grow. It's like the beginning of a golden thread. Follow the thread forward. I don't know if it means you'll be getting, I'll find out in a moment, but right now I don't know where the golden thread is going. I'm going to find out if it means getting full-time where you are or if it's going to be a stepping stone to a bigger and better thing somewhere else. I feel it's more of a stepping stone to get something else.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay. I feel it's a stepping stone to get something.
No, I don't know, but I have a feeling.
Okay. Yeah, but I feel the same way, that it's a stepping stone and that there's a beautiful, wonderful place to work after this that feels very affluent, opulent, and also that you won't just be doing service, that you'll be doing some kind of management there. So it looks like you'll have a dual purpose, and that will be great. You'll be getting into what I call spa management.
Okay.
Okay, spa management. You're very good at this. You're very good with customer service. You have the looks and the appeal. You're more than just, well, I think you're talking about masseuse business. Is that correct, love?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're more than just a masseuse. You're like a holistic health professional, and you do need to move up. You can't just stay there doing the work of masseuse. And so what I see is, believe it or not, it's happening faster than you thought. You won't be staying as a masseuse very long. You'll be moving into more of a management role, and it's in a different job. It's like an exclusive resort luxury place. There will be food and healing and other aspects to it. You'll almost be like a health concierge, if you will. There's a part of you that should be doing more health-related dietary kind of counseling and that kind of thing. So if you don't actually do it, you'll be sort of like the, what do you call that, the concierge, the health concierge. So imagine that you were at some kind of a, yeah, so imagine you were some kind of a place that people went to maybe when they're trying to get healthy. It could be a diet, right? It could be a diet ranch. It could be a cancer thing. It could be whatever it is. That you would be at a higher level and that you would help people kind of navigate the resources, make sure they were happy. You may do some service there as well, but it's going to be different. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be like a potpourri of different things there for you. And it will work really well for you, and it will exceed your hopes, aspirations, and dreams. It will go beyond what you've even been asking for in money as well as everything else. And I start to see a salary that won't be that long out for you, which would be like $60,000 or something, and that's like just the first year.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart?
Good. Well, good. Something to look forward to, hopefully.
I think so.
Okay.
All right, love. All right, honey.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Bye-bye, honey.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, it looks like she's got a lot going on there. Whoa, that was great for her. I'm so happy for her. Okay, D is here, and she didn't get through the queue, in the queue now, D Sue. Let's see if I can find D. Yeah, D, I was looking for you last show, and I completely took you off because you never showed up. Now I do not know I don't know your phone number, D or Susan, because I don't have it on my notes anymore. Let me see if you were picked up in the queue by Susie B. Hold on for a second, love. Nope. So what I need you to do, D or Susan, Sue, I need you to email me or put it in the text, the chat box, what the first three numbers of your phone number are, if you're in the queue now. Or I need you to tell me you're on Skype and what your Skype ID is, because I don't have a way of identifying you from the information you're. Oh, wait a minute. There may be something else here. Oh, wait, maybe there is, but I have to go back and look through tons of stuff. Okay, 571. Let's see if I can find it that way. Hold on. And if you're still there and waiting, we'll pick you up, love. And of course you're not. Okay, Sue, wherever you are, you left us. Okay, I'm going back to the phone lines, to Linda. And if you are still out there, D, please feel free to call in, love. Okay, going to Linda. Hello, Linda. How are you, love? Hi, honey. How are you? Thanks for joining our Thanks for joining our mailing list, love. What can I do for you this evening? Are we doing a spirit connection or working on your own life, love?
Well, I really need some guidance here. I just really feel kind of lost this last little bit here. I'm not sure if I'm just feeling like I need to leave where I'm at.
Just give me a question, sweetheart. Just give me a question. Let's put it, should she leave where she is? We'll say that. Okay, no. Well, the first thing I get is not now. It will take a few months before you will be ready to leave. And one of the things you need to do first is really think about what you want, okay? Because I feel that there's like 2 to 3 things that are tempting you. But one of them will come through for you. One of them will come through for you, and it's the top of the food chain. It's the one you really want. The thing that I feel that you're wanting seems to have something to do with helping others in some way, but it does feel like it be in salary capacity. Does this make sense to you, Linda, from where you're at?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one. It just sits there so strongly, but you have to clarify, and you also need to get ready for that. Okay, the job's not available yet, and I think it's more of a salary capacity, like a job, not freelancing or anything, but you have to get ready for it. So what I mean by getting ready is you need to clarify, you need to give yourself permission. There's a sense of you being a very conscientious person and not wanting to leave something that's failing for you. The reason that where you are at right now does not work is not your fault. Spirit wants to confirm that for you. Does that make sense, please?
Okay.
Does that make?
Kind of does.
Yeah, because
you're redirecting me to something else. Is that why it's happening, or I feel so frustrated and confused?
Well, let me reframe what I just said so you get it, okay? Is what I'm hearing is that you're the kind of person that doesn't want to leave a sinking ship or something that's not working because you feel somehow you need to clean that up before you're allowed to leave. So Spirit wants to tell you that it's not your fault that things aren't working where they are right now. And this is the answer to your question it is because you don't belong there. Yes, the answer is yes to your question. You are supposed to be moving ahead. You are supposed to be learning right now, this time in your life, how to align with your heart center and who you are and what you truly want, and learn how to give yourself permission to do that. That's what you're doing right now. That's your soul's journey right now. And then you will be able to, okay. So you can't leave until you go through that growth. It's like a growth thing. And then you'll be able to leave. So when you finally realize it, they're helping you realize it. But when you finally know it in your heart and your soul and everything, like, this isn't working, I don't belong here, I'm going to go for what I really want, that's when it's going to be there for you. So it's really an energy thing. It's an energy thing. And I feel that you won't get there until about October, that you won't get to that feeling of, I'm ready to shed the skin of this job. I'm ready to shed the shackles of this job. I feel clarified now. And then in October, you'll move into the new job, the new position. I don't want to call it a job because it has more of a job. It's more than a job, but it has a steady salary to it. It seems to have a service aspect to it, and it will make you feel that you're really part of a solution to help people. It feels somehow it's in healthcare or helping people lead better lives. Yes, you understand?
Yes, I wish I am in the healthcare field.
Okay, well, you're going to get that. Okay, so you are going to get that.
Okay.
And even if it's just a regular administrative job, there's something about the job that makes you feel you're part of the solution and that you're helping people. And that's what you're really wanting. And that's why things are not working out where you are now, because spirit and your soul is pushing you to make a change.
Okay.
Okay, but now, even though I told you all this, you're still going to feel tomorrow, or whatever, when you go back to work, like you need to be there for a little time longer, and that's okay because it's a process. You can't just turn it off and then go. There's also something about the new job being available in October, so it's a couple of reasons. You have very good intuition. Okay, so
yeah.
Right, you do.
It gets me in trouble.
No, it's a good thing because what it's doing is it's letting you get in step with where the rhythm is of the opportunity. The opportunity's not ready for you yet either. So it looks like about October you'll fall into this position will come to you by virtue of reference, or you'll hear about it, but you'll also be like at that point where you'll feel completely calm in leaving where you are. It's like it just will fall away. You'll go to the next place. Okay?
Okay.
So you don't need to
Does
worry.
it tell you what state it would be in?
It's going to be around where you live. It's not going to be far away.
Oh, I thought it would be like another state.
No. It's not hard to, this is not a difficult thing to do. It just seems like it's a natural process. It's like leaving something and moving to something new. Now, if you want to move, that's fine, but I don't get a move happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't see a move happening. But I don't want to micromanage you. A lot of times people, they get a little addicted to psychics. I don't want to micromanage you. I want to encourage you to use your intuition. And your intuition is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But there's something about where you are. Okay, there's something about where you are now that cannot be released just yet. It's like an energy connection, and you need to be there for a while longer. There are things you're going to get from being there emotionally, and also as far as your own personal growth that you're wanting to get on a soul level. So that's why you stay there. Then all of a sudden you would have gotten all the lessons you need, and bada bing, bada boom, boom, you're out of there. It just happens.
Right.
Okay, so the idea here is, and this is for everybody listening, is to go with the flow of the opportunities. And this is for you and everyone listening. When you feel like you can't leave something, there's a reason for it. When you feel you're energetically tied to something, there's a reason for it. We all need to be patient with that, because when we are patient with that, then it dissipates. It falls away. It melts away. We don't need to change it. We just need to tune to the energies of the moment. And when we do that, the new energies come in. So if we're in conflict with something, if we're resisting it, it persists. So that's what I'm talking about. It's called the metaphysical law, or the spiritual law of non-resistance. See, that's what that's what you're learning right now. So as soon as you just get quiet about where you are, I feel there's a lot of conflict, I feel there's negative personalities, I feel this harsh treatment of you and others, including clients, and it's not nice for you to see that. It makes you feel all out of sorts, right? But until you can get to a point, right? Until you can get to a point of, okay, it is what it is, I know there's something better for me, then that's when it's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie? Okay. All right, honey. God bless.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, honey.
Much.
You're welcome, love. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, moving right along. I'm just going to double check and make sure that Sue D didn't come right in. Oh, there is somebody here who made a donation. So I do need to find this person because we have just a little time left. That's 317 Trevor. Okay, 317 Trevor, coming to you. Baby Blue.
Hey.
Hey, Trevor. Hi, honey. How are you, honey?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Nice to hear your voice. Now, is 317?
Right.
Yeah, is 317 in the upper northwest? Where is it? Seems like it's like northwest or midwest,
It's
but
Midwest.
yeah, and northern, a little bit
Indiana.
more Indiana. Yeah, it's a nice place. For you, I don't know. They just give me psychic message. It's a good place for you. It's a good place. Feels like home, and everybody behaves the way they're supposed to behave. Whereas in other places, people are out of control. But where you are, things are predictable. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is because it will be part of what I'm supposed to say to you after you ask for what you want. So what do you want Spirit tonight to do for you, love? Is it a question or is it another side connection?
Yeah. Question. Let's see here. First, I'd like to thank you for taking the call.
Sure,
and,
absolutely.
I'd like to know if you had any psychic input on my life, and if there's someone on the other side that has any messages to give.
Okay. So there is a father figure for you. I don't want to just give you general psychic input because I already just gave you that. In other words, the message to begin with is you're in the right place for yourself, your heart, and where you belong. You were born there not by accident, but because you belong there. And one of the reasons is because where you are is predictable. Effort in, results out. That's what they want to say to you, your guides. Now, I do feel a father figure for you, and I feel also that this father figure has come in before for you. In other words, you might be getting visitations, you might be hearing from him or feeling or sensing him, because he says this to me. He says that he's been coming in for you already. Does that make sense to you, please, from a father figure?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, and he's trying to give you messages about your life, and he's telling you something about holding on to what you think is right, not letting other people influence you. Because if you do, you're going to lose sight of what you really want in life. And I didn't do the normal kind of mediumship thing right now because I want to let him give you the message, and then we'll see if I can go back. In other words, what I'm doing with you is I'm letting the soul speak right away. Usually I hold him back and I try to pull in evidence like what they look like, this and that, but he just wants to go right to this personal message, and maybe we'll go backwards in this particular instance. So he's saying, listen to your heart, do what you think is right, and that's what he's been trying to tell you. And I feel that you've been having either, it seems like dreams, literally dreams. So either you're getting a daydream about him, maybe you think you're imagining him talking in your head, or you're literally getting dreams about him telling you these things. And he says, listen to your heart and don't let other people tell you what to do. He says, everything will work out just the way that you hope it will. And hold on to your seat. What does he mean by that? Hold on to your seat. Hold on to your seat, he says. And okay, so what he means by hold on to your seat is that you're in a lot of turmoil right now. A lot of change is going on around you. But he says eventually that's all going to calm down, and all you need to do is hold firm to what you believe in. I hope that makes sense to you. I will go back and pull in some more evidence from him in a moment. But so far, does that make sense to you, Trevor?
Yeah, in a way.
Okay, because what he's saying is that you're in some kind of a, it reminds me of like being in the middle of a hurricane, as a metaphor, if you will, and that everything around you is like in flux or changing or it's confusing, but all you need to do is sit tight, and then that's all going to calm down and you're going to be exactly where you want to be. It feels like there's monetary issues related to this. It's not, it's not just emotional. It seems like there's money involved as well. It feels like there's a transference of debt, and it feels like there's some family members that are involved in this as well. Do you understand, please?
Oh, I do.
Okay, they're going to be coming to you for advice, oddly enough, although, you've been wondering what they're up to. They're going to be coming to you for advice. Okay, all these, I think there's some family members that seem to be a little bit secretive, holding back things from you, but then they're going to kind of come to you for advice because you seem to be the most knowledgeable of all of them. So it's like they're trying to get something done. They don't have enough information. You have more information than them, and they're finally going to come to you for advice, so it no longer will be kept secret. This will give you a great sense of relief. Now, do you have a son under you, please?
No, I don't have any kids.
Okay, is there anybody in the family? That's just a younger male in the family, I feel. If it's not yours, maybe it's a nephew of yours. It must be somebody there who's had some children. Do you understand, please?
Yeah, my sister's pregnant, my brother's pregnant, or my brother's fiance is pregnant.
Oh, okay, because you know, your father just, I think it's your father, just gave me this feeling of a young male's coming into the family, or there is a young male in the family. So one of them must be giving birth to a boy. He didn't say it like that. I still haven't gotten him. He's talking up a storm, but I haven't gotten him in the way I usually bring in souls, which I see them, you know, and I tell you what they passed of and all that other stuff. But he's trying to give evidence by virtue of giving you advice. Let me see if I can bring anything else in, love. Hold on for a second. There's a sense of this person. Again, I don't know if he's your father, but I do know he's a sense of an older male in the family, like a father figure. And there's a sense of something happening in his legs that bothered him or hurt him quite a lot of pain in his legs. One of them in particular seems on the right side of his body. Does this make sense for any male that you can identify right now in the family line, please?
Yeah, that'd be probably my grandfather.
Okay, because it hurts. It hurts me a lot. You know, there's something in the left leg, but the right leg is really bad. It's particularly the lower extremity, the calf area into the foot. It's almost as if it had to be removed, or it was so painful that he would have liked it removed, if you will. He said he had trouble getting around quite a bit towards the end. He's laughing a little bit. It also looks like he smoked when he was younger, but I think he kind of gave that up as he got close to, as he got into more senior years. He doesn't look overweight, but he does have a bit of a stomach on him. Do you understand? A little bit of a stomach on Grandpa, please, and they smoke.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he loves you very, very much, and he's also here with a mother. He's also in spirit with a mother figure for you, and I also feel that there is another male with him, which would mean I think that there's a male under him in age, and that would mean another father figure for you, or someone in the family line that's younger than him. Is your father in spirit, please?
No, he's still alive.
Okay, well, there's another male with him that's younger than him. Maybe it's a brother of him or someone like that, or even a brother of your father or something, or a brother of your mother or something that seems to have had heart issues that also transition. And there seems to be more recent transition there. Do you understand, please?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, there's a male there with him that had heart issues, and I'm saying heart attack in particular. He's also there waving and saying hello. There's an FR name or a Frank name that also presents. I don't know if you can identify that for anyone you know just now, but I will leave that with you as well. And without further ado, I'm going to go to the last person in the queue, and I thank you so much, Trevor, for calling in this evening.
But thank you a bunch.
Thank you, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Trina, and we're going to have a very quick call, Trina, because we have just a few minutes left, honey. Trina?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, honey.
Yes. Oh,
Give me your question.
how are you?
I'm great. Give me your question.
I just was wondering about my love life.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a big no in the air for you right now. Now, did you have somebody in mind right now? Are you with somebody, or are you hoping if this is going to improve? What is the question?
I was with a gentleman. His name was Bill. But I'm not sure where that's going.
Well, I kind of got a real negative feeling as you were asking the question, and that's a no. Like, it's not a go with him. It's not really the best place for him. Let me just go a little deeper, honey, and see if I can give you any more information on that. I'll hold on 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Sure.
Well, Bill's not a bad guy, you know. I just kind of get the feeling, though, that he's not right for you. Like, maybe the chemistry's not right, or there's not enough in love feeling around it. But it's mostly from you towards him. And him, he's just sort of like a neutral person. He's not that passionate. He doesn't get that excited. It's nice because he's steady, but it's also not so good because I don't feel a real true connection. I hope that makes sense to you, Trina.
Yeah, because he told me he didn't want to talk to me or he didn't want me to call him or text him anymore, and out of the blue yesterday, and I didn't quite understand that.
Well, what I want to say is, and we only have a second or two left, is this person doesn't have much emotion. He's just kind of flat, and I don't like him for you. Yeah, and he's not passionate. He's kind of flat. He doesn't want to get involved. I think you were getting a little more emotional with him than he could handle, and I think that's the reason.
Probably.
Yeah, you were starting to like him.
That's fine.
Let me tell you something. There's a lot better guys out there that you should get emotional about, because it's like getting
90 seconds.
It's like getting emotional over somebody who can't give it back, and he knows that. And I also hear he doesn't want to hurt you, so that's a good thing. Okay?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. There will be somebody else coming in for you. There will be somebody else. Let me just finish. There will be somebody else coming for you in the near future. You do need to let go of any hopes for him because I don't feel he's right for you because you have a lot to give. This is a tall, dark-haired man coming in the actually not that far out. 2 to 3 weeks you'll be running into him. It feels like he knows somebody that you know. So hang out with your friends more and do new things. You're going to have a lot of fun the next few weeks and you'll be running into this new person. Okay, sweetie?
Okay, great.
You're welcome, honey. God bless.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Wednesday at 1, I do all the other side connections. I want to thank everybody for calling in this evening. I'm going off now to the Intuitive Playground. Look forward to doing this again with you next week. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.